nobody, unless you're in the chat. Then you'll know if we're live or not.
Should we commend Mark for only being 9 minutes late this week?
Sure. You believe in positive reinforcement, right?
I'm trying. New year, new me, right?
Yeah, and only 9 minutes is not too bad, considering
what
you're 6 minutes away, right?
9 minutes.
No, he's not. It's not 9 minutes. Heavy traffic would not even make it 9 minutes.
I walked here.
No, he didn't.
Okay, no,
I saw his car.
Wow, Mark's are now 2020 lying his little tookus off.
He's going to heck.
Did you guys see this one's gotta go I posted? Is that an easy one to choose?
I think that, yes, because we haven't really seen Sonic.
Okay. Yeah, so it was Baby Sonic, Baby Yoda, Baby Groot, and Detective Pikachu. Hell no, I'm not getting rid of Detective Pikachu. I don't know why people would even say that. He's cute as shit.
I was getting rid of Detective Pikachu.
Why?
I was over it. He was fine.
You
Looking forward to seeing Baby Sonic's all about, I guess. You can't get rid of
hot
Baby
take.
right?
Get rid of Baby Groot. Groot was better as a grown-up or a teenager.
I might actually be agreeing with you on that. Yeah, my mic's pretty low, it looks like, and I'm talking into it. See?
Yeah, but you talk like this sometimes, and then you start yelling. So I don't know.
All right, even if I'm yelling, I
That's-
guess it's a little louder. I'll just talk louder the whole episode. Okay.
Great, can't wait. So Mark, you were late because you were looking at World War III memes.
Oh, I've been looking at World War III memes for the last 3 days or whatever it's been.
I'm a fan
War.
of the fact that instead of actually confronting something, we're gonna meme it to death.
Oh.
And just to pretend that it's never gonna happen.
Memes are hot right now on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, just search World War III memes and you'll be scrolling down for at least 2 hours.
That's how it's going to happen, though. That's how it's going to be resolved, is whoever has the best memes, and then we're going to solve it. Oh, they're coming at us with these dark memes suddenly, and then we come at them with some other memes, and then that's World War III.
Show me what you got.
I think it's actually most fire memes.
Yeah.
I think is how it's referred to.
The most fire memes with the fire emojis. Gotta.
All right. Can you guys carry this for 2 seconds while I fix this audio?
Is it fucked?
No,
All right.
it's fine. But I'm going to turn it up on the mixer.
I turn it up.
Speaking of World War III, let's jump back to World War II. Brick, what'd you think about World War II in color? Because I'm watching that right now on Netflix, and it's pretty decent. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, no, I'm all about it. You know me, period pieces, but this is like the actual historical, like documents and videos. I loved it. What did you think?
I like how they split up the episodes into like the defining moments of World War II. So you have like a Dunkirk, Battle for Britain episode, like all of that. Blitzkrieg is the first one. That was just a great start to the whole series. And Kelly was blown away by how much actual footage we have of Hitler, because a lot of people that don't look into World War II, they just think like we have pictures of Hitler.
No, that was the whole thing. Is like
we have a lot of footage of him. Actually,
a lot of his reach was because we could.
Yeah,
he could broadcast it.
Yeah, so she's been watching it with me, and she seems to be liking it too.
You can tell it's British because it has the vestigial U in color.
Yeah,
World War II in color.
Yeah,
yeah. On to lighter things, I think.
Yeah, let's talk about
World War IV.
Coming soon. Let's talk about the NFL. I think that our picks don't really matter except for Mark's, because I want to see how hilariously wrong they're going to be. But by the time most people hear this, the games will be done. Brick.
Wait, no, here we go. I have a way for us to determine who has to see Cats, and that way is via a draft.
Ugh.
Dude.
You asked to be in a draft earlier. Don't even give me that, Smithers.
No, I said you're going to be in a draft for the military. That's different.
Different draft. I'm not worried about that draft either, even though it's going to be hype. Each of us will just draft teams. So we'll each have like 4 teams in the draft. It'll be Serpentine. And then whoever's team wins the Super Bowl doesn't have to go see Cats, or gets to choose the one person to see Cats.
I love how you come in with an idea and you don't even have it all fully fleshed out. That's the most Brick thing ever.
Just giving you guys some options. What do you think?
I think this is a terrible idea unless you're me or you, because Mark is absolutely going to lose.
Well, who cares? Let's just do it. Here we go. Mark, you get first pick too if you want that.
I don't even know what the fuck you sent me the other day was. Is that just was
he's
it
talking about pick a team to win the Super Bowl?
Pick a team to win the Super Bowl.
Okay, so this is completely different than that weird, super complex looking draft that you sent me the other day.
So simple.
You're a moron.
I don't know. It was just too long, didn't read type shit.
You've just never had to actually draft because Rashid always does it for you.
If you have to scroll down on an email, there's no way I'm reading it.
Wow, I'm surprised you have a job.
It was three sentences.
I just make the text really small so I never have to scroll down.
Fair enough. All right, you
Okay.
get first pick. Go ahead.
Ravens.
Okay, go.
I get second.
I'll go next. Do you want second? What? Rock, paper, scissors for second.
How are we going to rock? This is going to end terribly.
Okay,
Okay,
wait. Back up because I wasn't listening, obviously. So what if none of us win this?
You pick
You're an
until
idiot.
there are no teams left.
Oh, okay.
So one of us has to win.
Okay.
All right, Brick, you ready?
Yeah.
Rock.
Rock, paper, scissors. On shoot. On shoot.
Come on, man. This is a nightmare already. This is so dumb. Just pick.
Packers.
All right, I'll take the Niners. Snake draft?
Yeah, snake draft, of course.
Saints.
Good pick. I'll go Chiefs.
Damn, that's a good pick too.
I guess we'll go Patriots.
Okay.
Okay.
Give
Wow.
another pick.
I think none of the rest of the picks really matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know who's
Eagles.
left.
Eagles, Seahawks, Vikings, Texans,
It's
Bills.
me again, right?
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, it is. It's Mark.
You
You have two teams, right?
Are we doing snake draft?
Yes. So you have two. So
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Pick again.
Though? You said
Pass.
Saints.
Yeah,
I said Saints. I have the Saints and the Niners.
Eagles, Seahawks, Vikings, Texans, Bills.
I'll take Eagles.
Your worst
Terrible
pick of
pick.
the draft. I'll take the Seahawks.
I'm gonna write all these down so we have actual proof. I mean, none of us are gonna go back and rewatch this.
Right,
so
so what I say? Patriots, Eagles, and Ravens.
Yeah. Smith, you have Texans, Bills, Titans, or Vikings.
who was your second pick, Brick, or third?
Chiefs.
You have
I have the-
Chiefs.
Chiefs, Packers, and Seahawks.
Got it. Okay. We probably should have planned this out before we started recording,
Nope.
but that's fine. Let's see.
Texans, Bills, Titans, or Vikings.
I'm gonna take. Dude, the audio is fine. I will take the. Boy, all of these are terrible. None of them are gonna win. I guess I'll take the Vikings,
Ooh, okay.
and then I'll take the Bills.
I'll take the Texans.
That's it, right? Oh no, we've got the Titans. still.
Titans.
Titans.
Give me them Titans.
That's it, right?
All right. We'll make a nice little graphic later. But wild card weekend is this week. It's going to be freaking dope. Football is so back and everything is on the line. Oh, man. I'm actually
So,
fired. Football is
We're gonna say that the winner gets to pick who has to go see Cats.
correct.
Okay, fair. I'm glad that the rules are all out there.
Might as well just say if I don't win, I have to go see Cats because you guys are definitely picking me. you
100%.
assholes.
You will.
If
You
the Packers,
lose every
I-
bet though.
Don't lose
That's
every bet.
true.
I lose like
If the
80% of
win,
the bets I make.
you might bet making Smithers go see Cats just because.
Yeah, I don't know. If I win, you're 100% going to pick me, or if I lose, you're 100% going to pick me anyway. So, who cares? Everybody is picking the Patriots to be dead, and I think that's the most insane thing in the world. Like everybody's picking the Titans for the upset. Titans have to go to Foxborough and beat Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And everybody's been picking the Patriots to be done with their dynasty for like 10 years, and they just keep winning Super Bowls.
The more you doubt them, the more likely they are going to win. I feel like that's just the way it is. Also, how bad is Belichick after a loss? Oh, yeah, no, he's superhuman and doesn't
They
lose
haven't
that.
lost consecutive games in Foxborough since 2006.
Yeah, no, it's just. That's
Remy found his ball.
Team.
Also, I think I read a stat that said Belichick and Brady together have never played in Wild Card Weekend, which is insane. Dude, come on.
For how often they've been into the playoffs.
Got to get the squeaky ball.
Actually,
They won.
crazy.
Yeah, they won the division for the last 10 straight years.
All decade team, Patriots. Their winning percentage like throughout the decade was like 736. Like they won 70% of their games, over 70% of their games.
I'm very surprised that you picked the Packers because I don't think they stand a chance in hell to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh, I don't think the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl either. I just wanted, if they do, I'll have some solace being able to send you cats.
Oh, so you're like hedging your bets.
I'm hedging my bet on that one.
If
Absolutely.
they win the Super Bowl, you get to send me to see Cats. If they win the Super Bowl, I will be fine with going to see Cats.
I know you will.
Dude, come on.
But maybe by the time they win, if they were to win the Super Bowl, maybe by that time they would have like an extended cut of Cats in theaters. That's an extra like hour long.
Why would I go see the extended cut?
Because that's all they're showing.
That was not in the bet. By the way, I would totally just pirate it. I would never give this piece of shit movie any money.
Oh my god.
Nope,
So.
not part of the deal. You have to go see it in theaters.
That wasn't part of the bet.
That's fine. Beautiful. All right. At Wildcard Weekend, it's going to be in the books soon. I'm pumped for that.
Did we already talk about how Will has to wax his butthole?
Hey, he's in the chat right now. What's up, Wubbies?
I know, that's why I brought it up.
Is it Wubs? Wubbies?
Wubby.
Wubby? Wubby Z?
He's also talking about how the Packers stink, even though they just beat the Vikings on Monday Night Football and won the division and get a bye week. But yeah, he's supposed to wax his butthole. He's supposed to get the full Brazilian because we made a bet at the beginning of the season.
I want to see it.
I want proof, but I don't want to see it.
Nah. You need to DM us that picture. Actually, just DM it right to Smithers.
His original, he said he would prove it by wearing one of the wax strips as a mustache in honor of Aaron Rodgers. So
That should be, if the Packers win the Super Bowl, he should actually have to do that.
I guess a deal's a deal. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I think that the divisional round is more exciting than Wild Card Weekend because those are better teams usually. And I think a wild card team hasn't won the Super Bowl since the Giants beat the Patriots like a decade ago.
Who are the wild cards right now?
Vikings, the Seahawks, the Titans,
and Bills.
and the Bills. Yeah,
What do you think the odds of the Titans winning the Super Bowl are?
0.
Okay.
Next question.
Next, yeah,
Next question.
the Seahawks have the best shot, and they still don't stand a chance.
Yeah, it's tough to go all the way on the road. That's insane. How'd the Giants do it and then beat the freaking Patriots? That was the undefeated season, or was that again?
It was. Well, that actually I don't know, but I
Did they do
remember
it again in 2011 or 12, whatever the hell that was.
because the Giants went to Green Bay and beat the Packers, and I've hated Eli Manning and his stupid mouth breathing face ever since.
Oh
I can't
yeah,
believe they won that game. That was an unreal Super Bowl.
Highly improbable. Yeah, it's
Oh, man.
it's an all timer. So, Brick, have you placed any bets other than your weird playoff draft?
only this one. My boy Rosie and I got a straight up the Eagles versus the Seahawks. I have the Seahawks -2 for nothing much, but other than that, yeah, just doing the fantasy drafts and like those other weird, very simple fantasy rules that, Mark, you're a freaking idiot. I will reiterate, but
Yeah, you pick 2 at each position. It's super simple.
exactly.
All right, I'll look at it with Rashid. We'll get back.
Too
to
late
you.
now. By the time we're done here, the game will probably have kicked off.
Fuck.
So
Maybe I'll just forward him the email.
Right. He'll definitely gamble on it. He'll gamble on damn near anything. So, and I'm in no place to talk.
Yeah, you are not.
Brick, are you worried that Pfeiffer is betting his rent money?
Hey man,
No.
I need you to spot me this month.
he's going big. He's all in on this weekend right now.
Always
He's-
does.
He's going. He's big into the Titans right now. He went Titans, Houston money line.
That's such a sucker bet.
That's his big play. We'll see if it pans out.
That's why there's giant casinos in Las Vegas, because people keep betting against the Patriots.
You know we're really close to Rivers.
Yeah.
Just get on 294.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I didn't.
They don't have a
realize.
sports book yet, though.
I might start wetting the beak a little bit more.
The closest sports book is in Hammond, Indiana.
Oh, Well, that
which
sucks.
I'm not going to Hammond, Indiana for damn near anything.
Does a sports book need to be attached to a casino?
I think no, because
Couldn't it be like an
there's
OTB?
still they have off-track betting.
OTBs have sports books?
No, not in Illinois yet.
Okay.
But the idea with removing PASPA, which was the federal gambling ban, was that you could start having gambling kiosks like at actual facilities. So like you go to Wrigley Field and bet on the game you're watching.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Or you can have an app on your phone or whatever, so you can do it anywhere. Can't wait for gambling to be legal. It's going to be a problem for my mortgage payments, but
Whatever.
that's a problem for future me.
So will they have it like a racetrack where if you went to a Cubs game before the game started, you place a bet, let's just say for them to win and they win, do you think that you'd get paid out at the stadium? Would they have somebody to pay you there? Or would you have to go to like a different facility?
I can't imagine, like, the smartest way to do it is the way I do it now with an online bookie.
Yeah.
Because then you can do live betting. You don't have to actually hold a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to print a ticket for you. They'll take more bets that way instead of waiting in line. That makes way more sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would imagine for old people, you could actually still go to a kiosk.
Put $2 on them winning and a trifecta.
Yep, the Cubs in a trifecta.
Do it.
You know as much about gambling as you do about football.
It's all right. I'm going to win this bet. We all know it. You guys know it. I know it. The universe knows it.
Baltimore.
Be my absolute nightmare. Brick, do you want to explain what happened during our live stream of D&D last Sunday?
That was a shit show on your end, Brick.
Literally.
Yeah, no, I wish, but Greg died of dysentery, and then I took on all of his dysentery, and then I went home, and that's what happened.
You, for anybody who didn't catch the stream, first of all, it's on our Twitch, it's on our YouTube. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time. Thanks again to Joe and Elise who came and played with us. Wubby's in the chat. He came and played as Clark, the bugbear.
Clark too.
It was a great time. Had a great time. Can't wait to start doing this monthly. We're going to have a new team because fuck Brick, he died. But yeah, Brick basically bailed about an hour and a half in. And all of a sudden we just hear from upstairs. And Brick is just barfing in my toilet upstairs. And we're like, what the fuck happened to him?
It was more like a
So we stole all of his goods and went on to defeat the Demogorgon. But
The best part about it is this was probably the only time that the Chumpcast has done something that Brick is really excited for, which was playing D&D. And you just happened to come down with the flu mid-game.
A mid-game flu is rare, yeah.
I guess you're not Jordan by any means. Couldn't even play.
that would imply that you stayed and won.
Yeah, no,
flu game Brick.
I could have Jordaned it out and puked all over everybody, but I felt, for your sake and for everybody's sake, I should have probably dipped out.
Just wiping your mouth with Lysol wipes.
You're welcome. Greg saved the day again.
A little behind the scenes, I had to wash the shower curtain upstairs next to the toilet because he splattered on it from barfing.
Did you? You're the worst.
Probably. I mean, it was a lot. I mean, you did feed me Taco Bell and like a half a sandwich of the Jimmy John's. So
that is no one's fault but your own.
Immediately.
Also, my favorite thing is as you're about to leave, like you're walking outside and I come out to check on you, you're just barfing in my front yard.
And not discreetly at the corner lawn portion. So it's like both sides of the street can see you barfing.
I was doing laps. Yep.
Dude.
I should have kept ringing the out. What's your little doorbell thing? Ring? Is it called Ring?
It's a Nest, but yeah, it's same thing.
I was just calling it an owl, whatever. Just keep pressing that so you can watch me as I hurl in your front yard.
I wish a cop would have drove by as you were puking on the lawn and been like, "What are you boys doing in there?" You're just
come downstairs
playing D&D.
Like, no, there's demons downstairs. Come here.
Oh, you know what? I wanted to bring this up too. Have you gone to buy legal pot yet, Mark?
No, the lines are like 4 blocks long right now in Chicago. So stupid. Just buy it illegally. What the fuck are you doing, guys?
Honestly, let's get to that. But so there's a dispensary less than 2 miles from here.
Yeah.
So I'll get there eventually. But the tax rates on it right now. First of all, Brick, what do you pay for an ounce in Colorado?
I got a message the other day that I can go an ounce for $52.80 out the door.
So an ounce in Chicago right now is about $70, and then you pay 30% in taxes on it.
No, an ounce is not I don't think an ounce would be $70. Really?
In Illinois, it is.
No, that's got to be an eighth. That's probably an eighth.
I don't think so.
An ounce is 28 grams.
Sorry, I'm getting my math. Okay, so I asked you what an ounce cost.
Yeah, an ounce.
Yeah, you said 52.
52.80. Yeah.
Yeah, it's $70
like,
here.
That was like worth one. That was like that's like shake. That was one of like a special they were running. It's probably like 150 to 170 for an ounce out here.
Okay, so maybe I guess I'm not the drug guy that I thought I was.
So what,
Yeah,
you're paying like
probably
$40 in taxes?
You're paying you're getting
150?
3.5 grams for like $70.
So okay, if you buy so somebody in the chat's talking about, is that Azrael?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any way you can control, like zoom in on the chat?
No.
Hold control? No?
No, this is not a
It's not a web browser?
It's not a web browser.
Damn. Okay.
Anyways, I'm not going to go wait in line. Illinois made $3.2 million on the opening day. They haven't opened as many dispensaries as they plan on. They haven't given out all the licenses yet.
Yeah.
They're going to make so much money and misallocate all of these funds. None of our roads are going to get fixed. Our schools are still going to suck. But we're going to have legal pot for way too much money.
They're going to use it to buy like high-end fucking streetlight cameras that will catch you speeding.
And then they'll take that money.
So they can get more money.
And then figure out a way to tax you more, like on mushrooms when they eventually legalize that or whatever. But yeah, it's insane. Yeah. I'm just going to
enjoy those. Yeah, enjoy that taxes over there. It's fun.
I mean, it'll come down eventually, likely, because there will be more competition, but it's insane.
Yeah, man.
Darian is in the chat. He says now it's crossed 5.4 million in 2 days.
Jeez.
But who is waiting in line to get weed?
It's freezing cold.
I have no idea.
So it's been kind of okay, but still, like people were getting in line at 2 a.m. The dispensaries were opening at 6. You have to assume that if you're that eager to get weed, you've already got some, right?
I don't,
it's not somebody trying weed for the first time.
There might be something we're missing here. I don't know if there's certain, like, you think it's like for, they don't sell edibles or anything there.
Yeah, they do. They sell edibles, oils,
okay,
butter and everything.
Yeah, because I'm thinking of just like, hit up freaking Joe Schmo for your dealer for pot. You know, if you don't want to wait 3 hours, but they've got to have something in the dispensaries that you can't just get off the street. You know?
Okay, but it's still illegal to distribute technically without a license. So there is still some risk on that. And you have to assume, maybe if you're a drug dealer, you're not that smart, but you can undercut the prices, but still mark up over what you were charging before because now there's been a market set.
Yeah.
So you can beat those prices and still jack your prices up.
Yep.
It's collusion without actually being collusion.
Because now you have the argument and you say, well, my price is because, well, think about you're getting taxed 30% on top of that or whatever it is.
Right.
People are going to be like, well, that's true.
You could do the same thing without paying the taxes and then you're just not helping schools or roads.
This has been Finance Fun with Smithers.
Okay. I think that's our weed talk, isn't it?
I guess, man.
Brick, you got anything to add about weed?
Nah, dude.
You all right, Brick?
News to us.
Just barfs all over the webcam. It's like, I still got the flu.
Wouldn't be the first time. I am very excited for our new campaign to start, though. Joe sent us in the Discord what the name of the campaign was. Do you remember what it was?
I don't. It seemed, well, it sounded very satanic.
It's definitely satanic, which metal as fuck. Let me pull this up. I'm sure I can find it.
Sounded super satanic.
Where's our D&D channel? Whatever, doesn't matter. Let's talk some news. We got a couple trailers this week.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really exciting. I didn't want to talk too in depth about this, but I wanted to ask you why there's a dragon at the end of the Dr. Dolittle trailer.
It doesn't make any sense because aren't these just supposed to be normal animals?
That's kind of what I thought.
Sense. Makes perfect sense. Is this a Disney movie?
Yes.
It's how they bring Mushu back in there. Make Eddie Murphy get a cameo back into Dr. Dolittle.
So it's Mushu all grown up, is what you're saying.
So Mushu all grown up. Yeah,
that's actually a pretty good connection. I didn't think about that.
No, I didn't, because it's the thoughts and ramblings of an insane person.
When I saw Dolittle on the trailers, I instantly thought of Eddie Murphy. I didn't think of.
That's fair.
What's his name?
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert.
You know
DJ.
that probably the most famous actor on the planet right now.
For now. Well, past now. Not anymore.
That's all I had to say about that. We also got a trailer for Gretel and Hansel, which is the story of Hansel and Gretel, but in reverse, and it's being made for the billionth time. How many times have we seen these movies?
I've never seen a Hansel and Gretel movie.
Jeremy Renner did one like 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it scary?
No, it was more of an action movie, I think, but it was like not. They're like vampire hunters or something like that. I'm not sure.
I think I do kind of. Did he have a bow and arrow in that too?
Of course.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Which kind of makes sense. That's
Typecast.
synergy. Like, he already knows how to use a bow and arrow, so you don't have to train the guy.
Great.
For a minute, when at the end of the town, when he was hiding behind that whatever it was, the electrical
mailbox. It was a mailbox.
It was a mailbox,
Yeah.
and he was about to kill himself and kill everyone.
Thought he was gonna do it with a bow and
He
arrow.
was gonna be
He
like,
pulled it back at his face.
"Oh, fuck you, John Hamm."
The town was before Avengers, though.
Yeah, that was. I think that's his best performance.
The town.
Yeah,
There are some really fucked up allegations about him.
really.
About
During the town?
no, like now in real life.
Oh, I don't know about those. Don't tell me about those.
Well, apparently he put a gun in his wife's mouth.
Was he trying to get into character for an upcoming role?
I don't think that matters, and I don't think it would hold up as a defense in court.
What if it was a bow and arrow in her mouth?
I still don't think that that's okay.
God. All right. I probably shouldn't be joking.
No,
about
you
this.
probably shouldn't.
What are
because
your sources? First of all.
First of all, I said allegedly.
Okay.
So we're not going to get sued for that. But his wife is coming out and saying all these things, and apparently he was a piece of shit to his daughter.
Well, that's really fucked up.
It is very fucked up. Should we move on to something lighter?
That is like some fucking underground gangster fucked up shit.
Well,
if he did
honestly,
that.
can we talk about the movie real quick? The trailer?
Sure. Gretel and
Like,
Hansel.
honestly, I was fine just talking about
Psycho
Jeremy Renner,
Renner.
because that's how little I care about this movie. But go ahead.
So it has the girl from the It series, Sophia Lillis. I think that's how
Definitely
you
looks
say her
like a
name.
boy.
Probably brutally butchered her, or butched her because
Nope,
she
definitely
does have a boy
butched her.
haircut. She does have a boy haircut, for a fact. But it kind of has a creepy, eerie feel to it that I kind of can get behind. It's more horror
movie,
and
man.
like, creepy
I would
visual, kind of similar to how it was, honestly. But it's rated PG-13. That worries me a little bit, unfortunately. But maybe they're just not going to say the F word, or they're going to have not a lot of blood. It's going to be like more witches and ghouls and kind of disturbing stuff, disturbing visuals. So I can
Well,
kind
it's
of get
fucking
behind that.
It kind of reminded me of, to your point, Brick, which was directed by the guy that did the Lighthouse, which we'll talk about later.
Robert Eggers.
Maybe fused with a little M. Night Shyamalan, The Village, possibly.
Probably the worst movie I've seen.
Really,
It's up there.
really.
Just all of a sudden you realize that they were like a mile away from the highway.
Yeah,
That movie's fucking terrible.
Just fucking cross the road.
Brick, do you have any other thoughts on this before we can move on, please?
Yeah, I like that the boy is actually a little boy and they're not the same age. Like Gretel is like it's kind of taking place from her story.
Are they supposed to be the same age? Are they twins?
I thought they
No.
usually are about the same. I thought they're usually the same age, or they're both like children. Like she's like
They are both
husband-
children, though.
She's like a little bit old. She's like significantly old. She like looks like she's 6 or 7 years older than the kid, but like she's responsible for this fat little boy who loves candy, as well as making sure this creepy ass witch isn't, stays at bay. So I just like the dynamic there. The casting was good. Looks pretty good, actually. Surprisingly for a Gretel and Hansel movie.
Let's not assume she's a witch just by the trailer.
Let's
For
not
all-
assume she's a witch by the fact that she pulls someone's ponytail out of her mouth.
For all we know, she can just be a helpful lady that lives alone in the village and likes to cook a lot of
Has hair
food for
loss.
little children
She
walking
has-
by and then thinking about murdering them and pulling hair out of her throat.
Nothing to
Cool.
say to that? Okay.
Are you talking to me or
No, I
Brick?
was talking to Brick. He just sat there.
Yeah, no, what do I mean to
blank
say?
look on his
No, she's a witch.
Well, that's to be seen. We'll wait to go. We're going to go see this movie, aren't we?
She's allegedly a witch. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
I'll go see this movie. I don't
I'll
think
go
it
see
was
this
that.
movie.
Zero. It comes out in like 3 weeks, and we just got a trailer for it. Comes out at the end of this month.
Apex came out randomly. Doesn't mean that's a bad game.
It probably is now, but that's more than I wanted to talk about Gretel and Hansel. So let's talk about an actual decent movie that we might be excited for.
Okay.
Quiet
Next.
Place Part 2.
Next. No, this is what we should be quiet about. This one. just the whole time. Next.
Okay, let's mute Brick. And I guess, so we're getting flashbacks to the actual fall of society a la Bird Box, kind of. I hate that I just drew a comparison to Bird Box, but here we are. Is it as scary going into this movie knowing what the monsters are? Because in the part of the suspense in the first one was you don't know what they are, and then you get a peek at the end. So is this less scary now? Is there less of an ominous tone to it?
I think it all is dependent on how they do the scares. I would like a nice defined line between the amount of jump scares that they're going to throw in, which obviously they'll have a lot because, to your point, we've already seen these monsters in the first one. But I hope they tell a good story. I mean, you have Cillian Murphy or Cillian or however, which I'm excited for.
Yep.
Fucking love him in Peaky Blinders. Obviously love him in the Nolan movies as well.
Hell of an actor.
But it's kind of crazy not seeing him in a Nolan movie for once.
You don't think he's going to show up in Tenet?
No, he will show up in Tenet,
Okay.
100%. I'm not saying that. But I'm just more excited for him to be in this. I'm more excited for the movie because he's in it. And I think he will attribute to a better story in this one.
Okay.
And I didn't think the story was that great in the first one. I think the suspense was unreal. John Krasinski did a really good job. It was an overall okay story. But with this one, I think they're going to add some more characters like Cillian Murphy and some other people and make it more interesting.
But now the real threat is humans.
Yeah.
It's that thing that I make fun of The Walking Dead for doing every fucking week.
All over.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, we're going to go see it because the first one has built up enough goodwill that it'll be worth it. But I think this is going to be less silent because you're going to have more actual interaction. You're going to have more flashbacks. So at least maybe the theater going experience will be more tolerable. Brick, you don't seem sold.
I didn't see the first one, so I don't really have much comments on it.
You didn't see the first one?
No.
Dude, it's on like Amazon Prime right now.
Also, it's amazing. He's hacking up a lung right now. He's going to barf again. Greg?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Greg's going to die again.
Stop smoking salvia, man, and watch The Quiet Place.
Why would you smoke salvia when you live in Colorado?
Yeah, don't smoke salvia. And no idea.
Smoke meth like a grown-up.
Yeah. Pussy.
All right, we got a little bit of proper news. Brick, this is generally your wheelhouse. The Uncharted movie that's supposed to star Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg has lost its billionth or sixth director. I can't think of another movie that's lost this many directors or producers or writers. It's been in the works since 2008, so we're going on year 12. It's cursed, right? This movie is cursed.
The director, I heard, wouldn't agree to start filming at 4:00 every morning because this was after Mark Wahlberg would get his workout in at 3 a.m. That's why I heard it fell through.
I don't think that's true, but sure. I think it was more about actual scheduling. Like Tom Holland has to do Spider-Man movies, obviously, because that's where his bread is buttered.
I don't know. Brett, tell us about this.
I'm salty about it. I want to see an Uncharted movie. I mean, the games were fantastic and they're so super cinematic, and Tom Holland is the man. So it's really more or less scheduling conflicts. Like he needs to be Spider-Man at all times, so he can't like make it to all the shoots, or he has a limited amount of time. Like he will only get a certain amount of days with them. Like it doesn't seem like they have a timeline for it. What's the difference? If they don't.
Well, Tom Holland's not going to be young forever, so
What?
Maybe he's got that Pharrell gene where he's just going to stay looking like Tom Holland right now forever and ever.
Mark Wahlberg was initially supposed to play Nathan Drake back in 2008.
Really?
And now he's gone on to play Sully. That's how long this movie's been in production.
That's
actually
funny.
hilarious.
That's a fun fact right there.
I think it's hilarious.
The decade swap would have been. That's a great. Where I was in 2019, where I am in 2020, or whatever that was. 2010, me walking into 2010, and then me walking into 2020 is
You go from
Mark
Nathan Drake to
Wahlberg.
Sully.
Exactly.
All right, Disney Plus has pushed up the release date of WandaVision, the Scarlet Witch and Vision duo series here. They pushed it into 2020, presumably because Disney is starting to realize that they have to provide weekly new content. I've talked to a couple people already that have canceled Disney Plus after The Mandalorian ended because they just
Yeah.
Like you probably have all the Marvel movies on DVD or whatever if you use our link, the chumpcast.com/family video.
Smooth. Swag.
Yeah, so and they're also pulling off movies already. They pulled off Home Alone, one of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, I don't care about this, but presumably somebody does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they do need to cycle in new content. I mean, what else do they have coming on the horizon?
Well, Disney has revealed that they will have the Star Wars, the Clone Wars Season 7 coming out on February 17th.
They did one of those teaser things where they like drop cuts of it. That's how we found out about this. They're also Falcon and Winter Soldiers coming out this year, so that matters. But as far as stuff that like our particular demographic is interested in, it's Marvel stuff and Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
I don't really care about Lady and the Tramp or whatever else
They have that new, it's like it's pretty much Balto, but live action.
with Willem Dafoe.
William Dafoe, yes.
Yeah, Willem, not William.
Willem? Shit.
It's Willem. Willem.
Yee.
Yeah. So
Yee Dafoe.
I'm more excited for this. Mark, this is definitely your purview. Kevin Smith from Fat Man on Batman and everything else
Yep.
is talking about what was going to be an alternate ending for the Joker. So let me just read this quote. He's talking about, he had a conversation with, quote, somebody who works in the business.
Okay.
They're fucking super smart and a great storyteller. They told Kevin Smith that the final scene would have still taken place in the mental hospital, but rather than killing the doctor, he would have got a flashback after he historically told her that he was just thinking of something funny. So like that, the iconic scene, you wouldn't understand. But it goes back to the murder of Thomas and Martha Wayne for the billionth time. And we were learning that Arthur Fleck, aka the Joker, was the one who killed them. And as young Bruce Wayne was standing next to them crying about his dead parents, Joker would have just turned around, shrugged, and shot Batman in the face.
Wow.
So pretty intense.
Well, that would obviously end any chance of a Batman tying into this storyline.
Which I think they kind of want.
Yes. Whether I don't think it will be a Pattinson Batman, but if they ever bring in a Batman, it's going to be an older Batman. But I think to your point, yes, they do want this eventually if they keep doing these movies.
I think if you make that much money on an R-rated movie, it has so much fanfare, even though it had probably one of the worst followings. The people on the internet, I can't tell who's worst. Is it Joker fans or is it Star Wars fans?
For me, probably Star Wars fans.
Yeah, but you actually care about the Joker and don't care about
just because a lot of them still can't admit that these last three movies didn't tie in together at all.
I thought they were fine. They were fine.
Yeah, they're entertaining.
They're Star Wars movies. Don't take them seriously.
Okay, I guess I will never take any of them seriously.
Did you guys see what John Boyega was talking about this week?
No.
He was in an interview. People were fucking up in arms about this shit. I thought it was hilarious. He was talking about, somebody asked him about the difference between like his romantic connection to Rey versus Adam Driver's. And he said something along the lines of, it doesn't matter who has the romantic connection. All that matters in the end is who's laying the pipe, which I think is hilarious. People immediately stood up and were like, this is sexist. Like, how is that sexist? Like, she has a say in this too.
Yeah.
Stupid. I don't understand that. Brick, comments.
I didn't hear that.
I said stupid.
You thought it was funny.
No, there's a very funny clip that I watched today, actually, of, I don't know if J.J. Abrams was recently on an episode of Robot Chicken, but like Seth, they were all in like a writer's room and Seth Green was there. It was definitely staged, but I've never seen J.J. Abrams just lose his shit. And he was for sure playing along with them. But some guy in the writer's room said something about some work he didn't do, but he attributed it to him. He's like, get the fuck out of here, and just starts yelling at him on Robot Chicken, and it was great.
If somebody told me that I had produced, say, The Village,
yeah,
then I would be really upset too. So that makes sense. I hope it was an M. Night Shyamalan movie. We need to get together our Chumpcademy Awards for this year.
We do.
I think what I'm most excited for is a category for most disappointing movie.
Yeah, I'd have to look back. That's a good category. We'll keep that one.
I agree. I like that category.
Is that too close to most overrated movie?
I think
no.
I've been thinking about this. Like, I think you do like the I didn't get it award, like a movie that everybody loves that you hated.
Okay.
And then obviously most, or I don't know, just didn't live up to the hype or whatever you want to call it.
Yep. Underrated award.
Yeah, we do like
Hype.
best performance.
Weakest hype? Hypest week? No.
I don't think it's
Drader.
hypest week.
Yep.
Worst trailer that then got reworked into something completely different.
Sonic.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Just
Cat.
make them really obvious.
Hands down.
Okay.
We got to do like the worst CGI for like obviously Cats or the Superman mustache award basically.
Yeah, that was last year though.
Uh-huh.
Also, we won't know how bad the cat CGI was until Mark has to go see that movie.
It's true.
Good point.
So.
Well,
I'm a little bit curious though as to how bad it really is.
Since weed is now legal in the States, there's no way I would go see that sober.
Okay.
I would definitely get high as balls and go see that movie. Just be panicking. I'd be like Brick on mushrooms. What movie were you watching with Neil?
Between Two Ferns.
Oh my God. I would just be. That's the only way I can see that.
Sorry for yelling into the mic, by the way, people.
Are we going to do
Hopefully
video game
turn that
comic
up.
book news or
Yeah, I can do some comic book
go
news.
for it? I'm going to get a beer. This is a good segment for me to skip.
Oh yeah, you're the only guy that I can talk comics with.
I'll be
Yeah.
right back. The fridge is right there.
Brick, why don't you tell me about some gaming
Introduce it.
news?
Well, according to my guy
me another
Wilpo,
Bud
aka
Light,
Wubbies, The Witcher 3 finally has hit like 100,000 concurrent users, and the game's come out like 5 years ago. So crazy, everyone's going back to The Witcher. They also
It
modded
was a million users.
Okay, crazy. You're one of those, right, Smithers? But you're obviously grabbing a beer. Nice, dope.
Wait, it was
they also
it was
added
a million concurrent users at once, or was it 100,000? Oh, it was a million.
Okay, wow. Yeah, Wilpo said 100K. I thought it was 100,000K at the same time. Either
Wilpo is
way.
still saying 100K concurrent on the
Yeah.
chat.
Yeah, it is. For a
At
game
the
that came
same
out 5
time,
years
though? That's a
ago,
lot.
at the same time, yeah, that is a lot. Either way, they also came out with the hit song to Beat Saber, and they also modded it back into the actual Witcher 3 too. So that's pretty dope. Also, Grand Theft Auto 5 is on Xbox Game Pass. So I think if you have that, I'm gonna look and see if I can download it from my computer, because then I can do all the mods and shit, which would be amazing. But you can get it on Xbox if you have it as well. So
I'm one of the
Which
suckers
those
that bought
heists are
it on
pretty fun.
Xbox, and then when it came out on PC, I bought it there too.
you have it?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll have to jump in there actually. if
Isn't
I-
that
if I can
still
pop up
like
on
the
PC.
king of, the largest revenue grabbing game of all time, or like one
Probably.
single? I'm not doing a very good job of describing this, but for a single property, like more than movies or any other game or anything like that.
Oh wow. Possibly. Because
It was at the time. I don't know if it still is.
I feel like that came out on like the other Xbox almost. Like it's been like that long, but it hasn't. But still, that game was fantastic, and I might have to download it. But that was gamer news. And
Great.
wait, what do you think about Witcher 3? Now that you've
I
gone back and played it.
So unfortunately, this is a super busy time at work for me where I don't get a ton of time to play it. I spent all day New Year's Day just playing it in the basement, just locked up in the dark like a true nerd.
Nope.
I love it. It's great. There's still a ton of shit that I got to do in it, but it's
And
There's
You
so much
finished
shit
the
you
book,
can do in
right?
that.
say again, Brick.
you finished the book of the Blood of Elves book as well, right?
I'm halfway through the second book already.
Wow. You are flying through that.
Yeah, well, I throw it on when I'm at the gym or whatever. Everybody else is like listening to death metal or something, and I'm just listening to The Witcher on audio tape. But it was on sale on PlayStation Network, the complete edition, so it's got 2 DLCs with it for $15. So there's no way I was going to pass that. I was trying to find a physical copy, but they're sold out everywhere.
Add-ons to Witcher 3, or are they completely different stories?
They're DLCs, just add-ons to the story.
Downloadable content.
Yeah. I finally got my sister to watch The Witcher as well on Netflix.
What do you think?
She's like, it's fucking weird, but she also loved Game of Thrones. So I'm like, look, if you can stomach the first 2 episodes,
Yeah.
that's when you'll know, because they do some fucked up stuff. There's some
Yeah.
really violent stuff, and they pull a girl's uterus out or something. It's very weird. Did you finish it?
No. I haven't even finished episode 2, so I'm just like,
Spoilers. But yeah, she's into it. I loved it. I'm watching it a second time, like in my very little free time. But
wow. Wow, you do really love it.
Brick's dying again.
I knew you liked it after our last conversation last week.
I don't know.
Holy shit.
Like, I know how campy and dumb it is.
Yeah.
I think it's just honestly Henry Cavill.
Just fucking owning people with the sword.
Fuck.
Yeah, he is. I saw some clips, not even just because I didn't get to watch the whole series yet, but yeah, I saw clips online of him like doing all the sword shit on YouTube, and he's just, that's him.
He's a monster.
He's doing all that sword work.
I'm not gay, but
props to him.
Listen.
All right. I actually have some cute news real quick. Just one story. If you go to vulture.com right now, you can download a Baby Yoda coloring book. And I feel like Erica would love that kind of stuff.
She would.
So go to vulture.com, download the Baby Yoda coloring book, and have some fun. So comic news. I just have 2 quick stories. Smithers, you've read Witches, right? By Scott Snyder.
I read the first arc.
Yes.
Didn't he release like a follow-up?
So he did a one-shot follow-up because the first arc ended with a lead-in to Witches 2, and then he came out with a one-shot that kind of tied into it, but didn't necessarily completely tie in. So nothing has been confirmed for Witches 2, but Scott Snyder tweeted the other day that he is currently in talks with people like Capullo, Jacques, and Rafael Burque.
You love Jacques.
Yes. And so that means that there's a possibility of things like Witches. New 52 Batman was probably some of my favorite Batman comics I've ever read. So maybe they'll pick back up something like that. He'll pick back up something like that with Capullo, or maybe there'll be a Dark Knight's Metal 2, which you still haven't read, I'm pretty sure.
I've started it.
So there are some big things on the horizon if you're a big Scott Snyder fan for comic books. The other thing is this is more of a recommendation, but Thor #1 just released this past week on January 1st.
How many times have they fucking rebooted Thor?
This is being written by Donny Cates, though.
Donny Cates writes everything.
He doesn't write everything. He writes everything that's good, though, right now. Absolute Carnage, Venom. He's on a lot of works because he's a really good writer, and people love reading his stuff.
Is he going to be at C2E2?
No, I don't think so.
Bummer.
But anyways, yeah. So Donny Cates is writing the new Thor series. It's actually pretty good. I just finished the first issue today.
Okay.
And it starts off where he's just throwing Boromir through 10 different realms, and it's just like doing circles. And he's like, nobody has ever done that before, have they? And he's just fucking whipping Boromir around. But it's pretty
some
sweet.
Top level shit talking right there.
Definitely.
All right. I think we have another segment to get to here.
Best.
We the best!
Worst.
The worst! She's the worst person in the world. Huge, skank, terrible, but thank you.
I have a best and a worst. So the best, since Darian is the chat, I feel like he's going to really appreciate this.
Stop. Hold on. Erica just sent me something pretty funny. It's a meme.
Okay.
And
is it about World War III?
It's of Hilary Duff in one of her old Disney Channel movies, and she's saluting, and it says, Disney Plus, receive a free Disney Plus account when you sign up for the World War III draft. And then it says millennials, and it's got that photo of Hilary Duff saluting. Oh, my God, I'm done. I got to go take a pee-pee.
All right. Then this is specifically for Darian in the chat. I was on Reddit the other day, and I ran across this headline. A user on Twitter, at Little Earth Angel K, posted something that says, I'm sending nudes to every person who donates at least $10 to any of the fundraisers that are aiding wildfires in Australia. So for every $10 you donate, she sends you a nude picture via DM. This is right up Darian's alley. I'm surprised I haven't seen him retweet this somewhere, because every time I see something that was liked or retweeted by Darian, it's like a big naked butt or something.
I've seen those too.
His Twitter feed, I'm like, you realize we can see this shit, right? He's like, I don't care.
Keeps the timelines fresh.
So yeah, but this is, I mean, somebody was tracking this, and she said she's raised over $7,000 already for relief in Australian wildfires, which is great. I mean, put that ass to work, I guess.
Good for that ass. Yeah, make
so-
that money. Make that Skrilla for those wildfires. Hell yeah. Good for
Brick,
them.
you got a best man alive?
I just found this as a headline. Her daughter wanted a mermaid doll for Christmas. She got the doll and cocaine. So apparently this girl
That's a hell of a Christmas.
this girl got this doll and the skin like looked a little weird. So all of a sudden, like they popped the head off and there was like a bunch of cocaine that was hidden within like the doll. Because the doll was literally like looked hideous. So the girl just had too much cocaine, as in the doll, and she looked terrible. And so that's just a good life lesson for that little kid to learn. Don't do cocaine, or else that really fucks with your dolls on Christmas. That is just a life lesson.
Somebody
right
was trying to move weight via doll. Somebody in Southeast Asia is building these dolls and trying to move some weight into the States.
Exactly. What a dumbass too. Oh yeah, what's the one thing that kids are gonna get? Okay, yeah, definitely dolls. So
well, you wouldn't think to look there.
Yeah, that's very true, I guess. Sickos out there.
And cocaine.
Mark, who is your best man alive?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
So I'm going to use this to kind of plug what we already talked about. But I'm going to give it to Joe, the DM for Pull the Lever, who joined us last week to DM our Dungeons and Dragons game. I had a great time. We already talked about this already. Yeah. It was fun as shit, though. And
even though Brick tried to derail everything immediately.
Exactly. He was like,
I wasn't derailing.
It's not happening.
No, I was having fun. I was doing some weird shit, which is always the fun part of DMing. Like when I trolled you with that little flower puff just by rolling 20s. It's just fun to interact with the world. That's what the DM likes to do, is like figure it out. It's all in good fun.
Brick 100% has weighted dice. He rolled natural 20s way too many times.
He's like, that's my third natural 20.
I was phoning out there. It was fantastic.
Just crit roll, crit roll, crit roll. Let's go.
But anyways,
I was crit rolling trolls all day. It was brilliant.
So when we turned off the camera, we talked a little bit about doing this on a more consistent basis. So whether you like D&D or not, you're going to get more of it. We've decided that we're going to try to do this once per month. So if you have any D&D friends, if you're interested in it at all, prepare your buttholes, because we're going to be streaming our sessions once per month moving forward.
I do like having guests come on there as well. So like kind of having that extra spot to kind of rotate some people in there would be pretty fun to have.
Oh, like when you're in town? No, I'm okay.
No, 100% no.
Oh no, I was talking about like other people. Definitely me as well. Peace.
We've been told that the hardest part of getting D&D doing D&D is that just getting everybody in one spot on a consistent basis. Makes sense.
Yeah, so Will Poe, if you flake out, I'll kill you.
We'll just replace your ass. He's very replaceable. It's fine. I have one other story I wanted to talk about. So in Springfield, obviously Springfield was the home of Abraham Lincoln, and the Abraham Lincoln Museum is in Springfield, Illinois.
I'm pretty sure everyone still churns their own butter there.
That's weird. Springfield's a weird town.
It's half of Springfield is like one of those play towns where they just pretend that they're from like back in the day, you know, where they're basically like Amish. They're churning their butter. They only ride horsey and buggy.
I have never seen that.
I've never went to one of those.
I've been there to weddings and stuff.
Like an Amish village, or
like the South Park episode where they go to that one like school field trip and nobody will break character. That's Springfield.
I'm glad that I've never taken part in any of that stuff. That sounds really
basically like an Amish tour, or like a tour of like the Pennsylvania Dutch country.
Yeah. This is here where we collect our hay and put it in bushels and barrels.
Well, somebody at the Abraham Lincoln Museum really fucked up because they went to auction and they bought a stovepipe hat that was someone claimed it was Abraham Lincoln's. And they had like a certificate of authenticity.
It said made in China on the inside.
It looks like they paid $6.5 million for this lot of Abraham Lincoln stuff. Except somebody actually did the research on it and they started looking like DNA samples from the hat.
Yeah.
Didn't belong to Abraham Lincoln.
Does anyone have his DNA?
I would assume somebody does. He has descendants.
And you could just pull that DNA from his like great nephew?
Yeah.
Or something? Really?
But also,
don't know how that shit works.
The thing about this is, since it's in Illinois, obviously, the museum bought this lot at auction and said, yeah, we'll come up with the money. Couldn't come up with the money. So they had to ask the state of Illinois for a loan, which the state of Illinois then denied, but they're still stuck with this lot and the debt, even though it's not Abraham Lincoln's hat.
Do they know who scammed them?
I don't think...
Was the person that sold it just misinformed? Like, they didn't know.
I don't know a lot about how historical auctions work. So
we have here Abraham Lincoln's hat here, you see. It's going for $6 million. Who's got $6 million? Who's got $6 million?
Brick, do you remember at the beginning of this episode when I said Mark's going to talk really quiet and then yell into the mic?
That's why I yelled back here.
You didn't.
You didn't. You're in the rocking chair, so you leaned forward every time you wanted to yell.
I'm going to heck. I don't know why we don't do this segment anymore, because every week there's something new.
Going to heck.
Me. I'm definitely going
this
to heck.
This guy's going to heck that sold this fucking stovepipe hat.
You know how in Springfield they have like that Lincoln log cabin museum or whatever?
Yep.
I'm kicked out of there. They told me not to sit in the wooden rocking chair, and I sat on it. They've told me to get the fuck out.
I wish that you would have broken it.
Just a dumb kid.
You'd probably be in like
yeah.
juvie right now if you had broken Abraham Lincoln's rocking chair.
What do you think that would have cost? Like $350K? And I'm just like, here's $10.
Based on this, you could just hand him a 20 and be like, sorry.
And here's a free McMuffin.
Probably wasn't even his chair anyway.
Coupon from 2008.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a bunch of idiots are running this museum. So, yeah, that's a good time. I think we should do the Lighthouse first because I have questions for you guys.
Okay, cool.
Ye lad, don't bother me with ye questions. I just want to get blacked out drunk.
So we talked earlier. This is directed by Robert Eggers, who apparently is a weirdo.
He did The Witch. That's what I was thinking of. Not Witches. He did The Witch.
The Witch, which is on Netflix, I believe.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's widely reviewed and looked at as one of the scarier movies of the last few years. Yeah. So check that out if you're into that. This is 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, 71% from fans, which I assume means everybody else in the fan kind of looked at it like, yeah, this is really interesting and well done.
I don't know
what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, we've got Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe is this crotchety old, calls himself a
sailor,
wiki, which apparently is like what you call a lighthouse keeper.
We have Batman and Green Goblin.
You do?
In a movie together.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't really been Batman yet.
True.
So,
but he did do well in the shadows. He has the eyes to like kind of have that mask, and he did well in the shadows, I thought.
You know, can we talk about the way this was shot, because it is all black and white, and it's got that old school aspect ratio, the 4:3 aspect ratio.
It's got a square aspect ratio, basically.
Why?
Go ahead, Brick. You could go first.
I actually liked it because it brought me a little bit more into a simpler time of film. And so I think it gave them a lot of leeway in terms of like some of the special effects and CGI, and how it kept your expectations at bay for what like kind of visuals you were expecting, because you put in this time period, you know? So I think having that shot in that way brought that era more alive to me, because it was in the 1890s, right?
Yeah,
it was the 1890s Lighthouse.
Did they ever say what time it was?
1890s.
For sure it was 1890s.
Yeah. I agree with you, Brick. What I got from it was it made it feel more claustrophobic to me. And I think that's what a lot of the movie was, is you literally, the whole movie is them stuck on this fucking island together and stuck together and just trying to fucking go through all their feelings and them just feeling tense. And it's literally like watching Robert Pattinson lose his shit was, I feel, to me, that was some of the best acting I've seen from him, was just seeing his development throughout the whole movie and losing his shit. And it's just like they were on top of each other the whole movie. And I think that aspect ratio helped to convey that. Like, they're uncomfortable. They're at each other.
They're sleeping in the same room for some reason.
Exactly. The opening scene is
Willem
him just
Dafoe
farting.
is farting constantly.
Him just farting on his face.
The first audible line in this movie is Willem Dafoe farting.
And that's another thing is after we finish this, we're usually on the same page of what's a fart sniffing movie and what's pretentious, you know.
I don't think this was pretentious.
I don't think so, because you can't say this is a pretentious movie when the opening scene was Willem Dafoe just fucking letting out a fart.
Well, maybe it's literally a fart sniffing movie.
That's true. Yes.
The farts.
That's what I got.
Is there a better actor that can portray like a genuine descent into madness than Willem Dafoe?
No. The answer to that is no.
He's top tier psycho.
Maybe Gary Busey, because he's actually a crazy person.
I also think this was probably one of his better performances too. Like that one scene where he's literally just spitting out lines. And by the way, Eggers does a lot of research supposedly when he does these type of movies, like the older set movies. And he did a lot of research on how the dialogue was going to be and the words being used.
Ye dogs.
And there was a scene where Willem Dafoe, he was citing some type of old
Poseidon
smite. Yeah.
The Poseidon smite monologue was very intense.
Yeah.
And it's just from Robert Pattinson saying he didn't like his fucking lobster that he caught.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's an all-time rambling performance.
Yeah, no, it's funny how their relationship changes so drastically at the drop of a hat, from jumping around, dancing with each other, drunken debauchery, to screaming matches, to fighting, to, you know, everything, and how their relationship evolved and devolved. Also, like the power struggle between, you know, Robert Pattinson kind of has to deal with Willem Dafoe because he's paying him. You know, he's the one working. He's his boss, more or less.
Do you want to finish the synopsis? Because we didn't really give a synopsis. We talked about the aspect ratio. And
Here's the synopsis. 2 guys have to work on a lighthouse.
Yes.
They're alone for supposed to be 4 weeks at a time.
Mm-hmm.
They go fucking crazy because it's 120 years ago and there's nothing to do on this fucking rock.
Mm-hmm.
And Willem Dafoe at some points is just fucking with Robert Pattinson. There are 3 acting credits in this movie. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson, Willem Dafoe, and the girl who, spoilers, we won't get into that, but there's just a girl who shows up.
There's the guy too, the logger. The guy who worked
4.
with.
Sorry, 4. Yeah. There are 4 acting credits in this movie. When's the last time you saw a movie with 4 acting credits?
I know, it's nuts.
He wasn't credited, to be honest.
Sure, but there are 4 actors. Technically, there's 2 guys in the beginning, but they don't have any lines. They just walk past.
And I think the big thing that happens is during these 4 weeks, the tides turn on the last day when Ephraim, played by Robert Pattinson, does something he's strictly told not to do. And
Dude,
he does
what the fuck
and then
was that?
He just dives into madness. He starts drinking with Willem Dafoe, and shit just goes crazy.
I
Just like, oh my God.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm watching it, and the entire time I'm in the Discord talking to you guys like, what the fuck am I watching?
And I'm just like, just wait.
And that's the other thing is I sent it to you like 20 minutes in. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And you're like, you have no idea. And it just got weirder and weirder and weirder. And it never, there is no climax and fall off. It just ends in a crescendo of weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, I guess.
I don't think there was anything necessarily to get. What you could take from this is that it's relating back to old Greek mythology, where you have Prometheus, who's Pattinson, and then some other god. But people were talking, or Proteus. Proteus was played by Thomas, and Prometheus was the trickster, and he was basically, he didn't listen to any of the other gods, and Zeus smited him down by putting him to death by having eagles pick at him. So the last scene, I won't spoil it, there's something similar, but people were relating it to old Greek mythology and like sea tales kind of thing.
So where did you read that? Because there's no way you knew that going in.
I didn't know that. It's online. You can just look at any YouTube review.
I would not have made that connection because
but you don't have to. The ending of it is just it leaves it open ended. You know, they've already lost their minds. So you could think of it for whatever it is.
There is a lot of I don't want to call it misdirection, but you're not supposed to know who's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because Willem Dafoe at some points is just kind of fucking with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
That's what I had kind of. It's like how much of this movie is real versus the isolation madness versus being blindly drunk every night, you know? Like they kind of there's that never ending mystery to the whole thing that you kind of it displaces you from, you know,
Yeah, who's
where
telling me the truth?
what are they seeing is real? What is just being literally cabin fever, being stuck in this shitty little lighthouse with this actual insane person, and just kind of the stories that unfolds just tells a really cool tale. I think I would want to see something like a Twilight Zone, more or less, and have it similar to this, like have it shot in 35 millimeter film and have it kind of be shot within that same kind of decade, like the 1960s or back in the day. Like, don't have any future things, because that's what Twilight Zone kind of. I like the nostalgia factor of like the Twilight Zone, and I think if they have like cool little weird stories like this that could be a really cool avenue for them to explore. But I think the 35 millimeter film style would be cool for like that kind of show.
Fair.
So I think Thomas is actually the insane one. I
They're both
agree
named
that
Thomas.
Yeah,
yeah,
Thomas.
when I say Thomas, it's Ephraim and Thomas. I'm not going to say
so
Tom and Tommy.
Willem Dafoe.
Yes. I think he's the insane one because in the beginning, I think whatever you saw in the movie was really what was happening. In the beginning, he mentions how he can't go into the lighthouse even though they're supposed to switch shifts. That was in the contract.
Yeah.
You were not allowed in the lighthouse. And he started talking about how there was a previous wiki who said that there was some supernatural power coming from the lighthouse. And that's why Ephraim had so much curiosity as to getting up there. And I think Thomas was actually insane when he was going at him in one scene. And then you're kind of thinking like, wait, did that really happen? Because now he's saying that it was really Ephraim that was doing that. I think Thomas is the one instigating it and actually doing all that just to fuck with his mind. But it's really happening as to what we were seeing. That's what I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get that that's your opinion. What I think that the director was going for is that you're not supposed to know.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to deduce, or you can deduce something, but you're not supposed to know for sure. So, which I think was a very effective way of doing it.
Yeah. And it also doesn't help that when they run out of alcohol, they start drinking kerosene mixed with honey.
Yeah.
It doesn't help as well. So
Says you.
you want to try that?
You've
tonight?
obviously never had kerosene and honey. Party on. The best part of this movie by far was Willem Dafoe and his drunken idiot ramblings.
Yeah,
That is honestly, dude, that is some top tier acting.
Yes.
Robert Pattinson, I had a little problem with because his accent changed like 3 times.
I didn't really notice that, but maybe it did. I'm not sure.
Maybe
I
I'm
didn't
just
super notice
crazy.
it, but there was a point where a really heavy Boston accent came out of nowhere.
Came out of
and
nowhere.
I was like, oh, but maybe he's just going crazy, you know? I don't know.
I think his tone changed definitely because he's somewhat of a quiet person at the beginning because he's not drinking, and then on that last
And
night,
then
when shit
you get some
goes
rum in
south.
you, and all of a sudden your full Boston comes out.
Yeah.
Makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does kind of tie in. Okay, I could get
All
behind that. I thought
I-
the funniest thing, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but the funniest, craziest thing about that movie was when I think Robert Pattinson like carved a little mermaid out of like stone, and then he was like jerking off to like the mermaid stone.
No, he found it. He found it.
found
Okay.
it.
So what happens is, this isn't a spoiler.
I think he placed it there too, though. I think Thomas placed it there. I think it was all part of his little fucking plan.
He first gets to the lighthouse and he sits down on his mattress and he sees a hole in the mattress. First of all, the last guy there was definitely fucking that mattress.
They were fucking that hole.
And they also show Willem Dafoe fucking his mattress,
Yeah.
which was real weird. But also, that was there. The mermaid doll, like the topless mermaid doll, he finds it in the hole. If you ever go somewhere and there's a hole in the mattress, don't stick your hand in that hole. That is a very poor idea.
There's a hole in any public place.
Don't put your hand there.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Unless it's like in a library, then maybe you're okay. Probably still not, though.
Probably not okay at the library either. I don't know.
So yeah, anyways, he finds that in a hole in the mattress, and it's maybe Thomas planted it there. I don't know. But can we rate this and move on?
Sure. I mean, I would say see it, but it's
okay.
You can rent it right now or buy it.
So you both put this in your top 9 at the end of the year.
Yes, I think I put it as my 8 or 9. So it wasn't.
I didn't know you were supposed to go 1 through 9. I thought it was just top 9.
No. I was ranking them.
Okay, well I didn't.
You got that right, Brick, to rank them?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, it was like Alita Battle Angel number 2. Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't know you like James Cameron that much.
You know me, love James Cameron. Brick,
Those big eyeballs.
Brick, you put it in your top 9 too, though.
Yeah, I did. I didn't fully readjust them after looking at them, but I think pretty sure that one bumped it up, to be honest. But I think both, honestly, that and Parasite freaking freaked me out. It was crazy.
And because we saw both of these movies this past week, I think it was a little bit harder for it to get into my top 9 because I'm just seeing it now. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, it better be fucking good or it's not getting in there. And when I saw Parasite, I'm like, this better be fucking better than that or it's not getting in there. And it was.
That's how I felt about Uncut Gems, though.
It was really good.
Because everybody was talking about how great Uncut Gems was. And it was good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't going to make my top 9.
Uncut Gems wasn't good enough for me.
No.
It's not in my top 9.
All right. So I would say you can stream this. You better be in the right mood, though. Like, this is not an uplifting movie.
This was not a movie for my wife. She watched 10 minutes of it. And I'm like, you want to just let me watch it?
I asked Erica to watch this with me. And thank God she said no.
She's like, is it going to be black and white and look like this the whole time? I'm like,
yes, it is. And there's going to be a really annoying foghorn playing in the background for the entire fucking movie.
Yeah, and just farts.
So a lot of farts. Let's get on to Parasite, which I was a bigger fan of.
Yeah, me too.
Personally,
I liked it a lot.
This is directed by a South Korean guy named Boon Jong-ho. He did Snowpiercer. He did Okja, the Netflix movie. He's widely regarded as a top tier director. Mm-hmm. He writes a lot of stuff, and I will just say at the get go, this was excellent. I loved it.
It was a very well written movie.
Yes,
and especially since it's for us being from America, it's not in English. You're reading subtitles. It was really easy to follow, but it also had some fucking intense twists, which I loved.
I was just say the whole movie, I was just tense the whole time. Like, oh my God, really? They're doing this and then that. And then just like at the 40-minute mark, I had to like wipe my brow. Like, what is this movie?
Butt clenching the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this is 99% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, 93% from fans. I would say that's accurate.
This is even though, it's like I said, it's not in English. I would have Kelly watch this, and I think she would like it. Even though she had to start reading the subtitles, I think she'd get into it. This is a universally good fucking movie that I think everyone should watch. Like Lighthouse, I wouldn't recommend to everyone.
No,
I'd be like, you got to be at the end of your bender for the week, or just like feeling down, or just want something really weird.
Feeling nostalgic, want to see some sort of retro film.
Yeah.
And also just want to go see someone drive themselves insane.
So Daryl from Watch It Like is in the chat on Twitch, and he says it's captivating action on screen. Even though you don't speak the language, you're still brought along with all the characters.
Absolutely.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Let's set this up a little bit, though. So this is a poor South Korean family of con artists. Fair?
Yep.
And if you've seen the trailer, you kind of get the feeling that they weasel their way into working for this very wealthy family and just taking advantage of them. There are some serious fucking twists and turns in this, and I don't want to spoil this, so let's be careful about that because I think that it's kind of viewed as a fart sniffy movie because it's subtitles and
it's not at all.
It's not at all.
No,
it's very down to earth, and it's a movie where nobody is good. All of these people suck from every side. They're all fucking terrible. Yeah. There's some diddling in there, and so I know Brick liked it, but
by the way, I'll just call her the rich daughter.
Yeah.
Is she the one in the beginning that his friend that was setting him up with the job was talking about? Like,
yes.
Oh, so he was backstabbing him a little bit
yes,
too?
100%.
Okay, I thought so. I was like, wait, is he talking about his sister? Like the guy that he's given the job, his sister? Like, I didn't know if he liked his sister a lot.
No, it was the high school girl.
Okay, it was the high school girl. Got it.
So I can't really say much about the acting in this because it's really hard to judge acting when you don't speak the language.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. But I think that they all delivered pretty believable performances.
Yeah.
I was in awe at Boon Jong-ho's ability to write, like, put yourself in the shoes of the most fucked up, twisted person you can think of, and this is how I would con this person if I were this fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
It was very impressive. Also, that was a baller ass house.
Yeah, the way this family conned themselves into, like, they strategically played out everything so it would set them up for success to be able to con this family.
That's the other thing is I would watch a prequel with this family to see how they got to where they are, because they clearly, this is not the first con job that they've run.
Yeah.
They are very experienced. They know exactly what they're doing. They got everything planned out. Rick, what do you think of this?
I thought it was a very clever movie, and going in there with no expectations, really, it had me on edge because I knew where they were coming from, and like they were obviously a poor family in South Korea, and then the guy or the
hang on one second, will you?
Yeah, you're starting out for a second. Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
So the main character's son, I thought he kind of gave off the vibe that he wasn't going to be qualified, to start out to at least tutor this girl. That's how the movie kind of starts off, is this guy gets the job through his friend. But then, like, going from that moment, which was like the first 5-10 minutes of the movie, to like from then on, it was just like butt clenching action. Not action. I don't want to say action. I want to say it was just like an intense
tension
atmosphere to be around. And it was, they built the atmosphere great. We didn't speak the language, but I mean, through subtitles, it still was great. Honestly, I'm trying to think of something I would try and change from the movie, and there's literally, nothing that I can think of off the top of my head. Would you guys change anything about the movie?
No. And there's a twist that occurs about halfway through that's just like, wow, I did not fucking see that coming whatsoever.
Yep.
There were no allusions to it, nothing. And it was a wild ride for sure.
Yeah. What I really liked is how I liked how believable it was when the family all starts coming into their household and doing their different jobs for them. And even though they had ties to each other, they didn't necessarily know each other, and how they played it off so well. And whenever the other family had their backs turned, they would just, their family, they would do whatever. But it was just kind of like mind blowing to see them work in that way and just really con these people like that, being all from the same immediate family.
I would watch I'll get to you in a second, Brick. I would watch another story about this family before or after.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to see what they do next. I wanted more of this when I got out of it, and I loved it. Daryl in the chat is asking if anybody craved Ramdon after seeing this, which is just shitty ramen with beef in it, apparently.
It looked good to me. I would eat it.
Same. Go ahead, Brick.
Good. Better twist for this year, or not this year, but Knives Out or Parasite?
That's really tough.
Or
as far as a twist goes, probably this, but I think I liked Knives Out better.
I'm going to say this was a better twist, and I actually liked this movie better. This was my number 2. Knives Out was my 3, though. So okay. Knives Out was right there.
Yeah, Knives Out is right there as well. I think I might have to agree with Mark on this one.
Apparently, I need to rank those movies that I sent you, because I just threw them in random order.
Yeah, I love this movie. I think everyone should go see this.
I completely agree. I couldn't endorse this any further. So
we need to give it the Chump stamp of approval from all of us.
Yep, 100%. This is one of the best movies of the year. Okay, I think that's going to wrap up our movie reviews for this week. So let's talk recommendations. Brick, what do you got?
This game's been out for a couple of years now, but I'm going to say Dead by Daylight. You guys should get it, because me, Will Poe, a bunch of other people are already playing it. It is a game where it's one person is the killer, and you can be a killer from Freddy Krueger to a Demogorgon to the person from Saw. There's a bunch of different villains you can, or murderers you can be against. Everybody there's 4 humans, and so the humans have to turn on these generators to escape, while the killer has to run around and kill all the victims, I guess. So asymmetrical. It's on Steam. It's like $20 maybe, but they keep coming out with downloadable content all the time. They have a great player base. It's actually a lot of fun, and it's intense too. You guys both should get it because you guys are both PC players.
I saw Will talking about this in the Discord. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to download this, even though I'm fully immersed in The Witcher right now, which is my recommendation. Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. Like I said, it's available on PlayStation Network for $15 right now, the full version. It does not feel dated whatsoever. I'm playing it on PlayStation, get it on any platform. It's a little more expensive on Switch right now. I think it's full price still because it just came out on Switch. But it was Game of the Year in 2015, which, not being dated 4 years later is pretty impressive. But I've been playing the shit out of this. So, Mark, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm going to recommend all you guys that live in the Chicagoland area to go get your tickets to C2E2. That will be the last week, I believe, in February, going into March 1st. That weekend. We'll be there. I will not tell you what we're planning yet, but we do have some big plans on the horizon, much bigger than our previous years. So stay tuned and get your tickets so we can meet up with you guys.
I think I'm going to play Willem Dafoe's character from the Lighthouse. You're going to be Robert Pattinson, and I'm just going to slowly drive you crazy during the weekend at C2E2.
Let's hear your Willem Dafoe accent.
Ye salty dogs.
And we'd have to get like gray, black, white makeup and just actually look in black and white.
Knock a couple of my teeth out. I'll get a peg leg.
Yes.
Worth it.
Get a seagull right here.
Absolutely.
Never mind. I won't spoil it.
Okay, so that was episode 176 of the Chumpcast. Thanks for tuning in. As always, you can find us on all social media platforms at the Chumpcast. You can also call or text us at 847-920-6107. Until next time.
Chumps out, motherfucker.